Alright, good day yogis. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website at simhayoga.com for the full streaming schedule as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. My preferred way of payment is through Venmo, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for it. Please share all the information with your friends and let people know that classes are happening. Classes are $10, and if you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. I am streaming on Instagram and on Facebook live, and then the videos on Instagram are saved for 24 hours, and on Facebook it is staying there for about 1 or 2 weeks. I also have a YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab, and all my videos are uploaded and permanently archived onto YouTube. So you have full access anytime you want. They are uploaded about 3 or 4 hours after the live streaming time because I have to upload it. It takes a little bit of time, but the quality is better, and you do have full access to any of the videos anytime, so you do not have to stream and practice at my time. You can practice anytime. Okay, so today's class is Open Flow, which is a level 1 and level 2. So for those of you who are new to my practice, welcome. Please keep in mind that you really need to always check in and make sure that you're not going further than you're ready for. If I am offering poses or variations that are a little bit out of your range, please pull back a little bit and come back to the basics pose. I always start with the basic and then I add on variations. For those of you who are a little bit more experienced, you can always work with me, and if I'm not calling out a variation that you really like, that you prefer, you can always take it. So whenever we're holding a pose, it is your opportunity to go ahead and explore your practice, right? And so for those of you working with any kind of special conditions or injuries, please be mindful about practicing appropriately, right? Because you may be in a situation that you should not be taking every pose, and let the level of, I guess, pain or discomfort, if you're working with a condition, to kind of give you the signal to pull back a little bit, right? So always customize each and every pose to what your body can handle and what your body needs, okay? So always keep that in mind with any kind of physical discipline. It is important for you to always check in and make some good decisions about what you should and shouldn't do. All right, so for those of you with tight hips or tight lower back, I highly recommend elevating and sitting up either on a block, or if you have a blanket, a towel, something to help you to elevate. A book is really great for that as well. Okay. Cross-legged position, palms face up, fingers come together, we'll draw thumb and index fingers touching, and all the other fingers are extended. Let the hands sit gently on top of your knees, with the shoulders broadened and with your eyes closed, start to center the breath. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. I'll call it and repeat the response with you. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarvavashtan, Sarvavashtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Sachihi, Sachihi. Starting to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side, elongating through the left side of the neck. And then draw the chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center. Drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand to the right side. And then the chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center. Drop the left hand. Chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction. Ear to one side. Roll it back. Opposite side, roll the center. Take a few more rounds in that same direction. Take the chin back to center and pause. And then take it the opposite direction. And then back to center again. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor on neutral spine. Coming off the blocks, extending the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side of you, and turning your toes toward each other. And roll out. Draw in. Roll out. Draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Back to center, switch them around. And back to center again, cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise down to high and extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, other side. Back to center again, let's twist one more time. Right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee. So let's bring some more awareness to that line, right? So you want to ground evenly through both seats. Lengthen through your spine. So you want to look down past your torso to make sure you're nice and vertical. Then lift the chin about parallel to the floor, so come back to neutral spine. So as you twist, you're going to press your right hand to the floor and actively draw the right shoulder back. And that will activate your shoulder blade on the right side, upper back, and then bring some more openness through the front of the right shoulder. Then press your left hand to the outer right knee and twist a little bit deeper. Now as you rotate, you can also feel the sense of broadness through your left shoulder, drawing back and slightly down. Inhale, take it back up. Back to center, exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee. So, ground evenly through your seat. Check that you have a vertical line. Lift the chin to parallel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the left shoulder actively back. Press your left fingertips down to the floor for resistance. Then right hand to the outer left knee, and then press against your right knee to twist deeper. If you want an even broader sense of your shoulders, right shoulder draws back and slightly down. So you might even feel like your chest is slightly lifting as you twist. Inhale, take it back to center, arms up. Exhale, side bend, right hand to the floor, left arm overhead, and reach. Take it back up, exhale, other side. Take it back to center. Let's take that side bend one more time. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead. So you're going to ground the right hand firmly to the floor and press the right hand against the floor. Think also grounding the left seat down. So as you ground the left seat down and push against your right hand, that will give you resistance to extend through your left fingertips more actively. So try to not bend the elbow as well. Reach your fingertips. And as you extend, you might at that time find more extension through the outer shoulders as well. Take it back to center. Exhale, other side. So press your left hand down, ground through the right seat down, extend actively through your right fingertips and reach. You're also looking to stack your shoulders, right? So if your right shoulder is collapsing a little bit, think about stacking your shoulders and drawing your right shoulder slightly back. Inhale, take it back up to center, arms up. Extend the legs forward. Exhale, reach forward to grab your feet, your ankles, or your shins. Now, you cannot grab your feet, right? Grabbing the ankles. You're holding on so that you have a nice sturdy position. And then inhale, re-lengthen your spine, your heart center pressing forward. Now, rather than looking forward, you actually should be looking slightly down because your torso is slightly angled forward, right? So inhale, re-lengthen. Keeping the lengthiness of the spine on the exhale, hinging at the hips, move the heart center forward. You can pull the hands up against your legs or your feet for that resistance to go a little bit deeper. So you're feeling for the stretch of the lower back here. Start to take it back up. Bend the knees, step the feet to the floor, about hips width distance. And your feet are about 1.5 feet away from you. Hands are slightly behind you on the inhale. Lift up the tabletop. Now, you want to look forward first and make sure you lift up so that at the very least, your hips and your knees are lined up. And then either keep the gaze looking forward if your neck is not so flexible, not so strong, or you can drop the head back if you're feeling up to it. Now lift the head to gaze forward again. Take the seat back down. Stepping the feet to the floor, grabbing the front of the shins. On the exhale, round the spine and press back and chin towards the chest. Open up the back. Maybe feeling like your shoulder blades are also wrapping around. Inhale, draw the shoulders back and lift the chest into a slight back bend. 2 more times. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, lift the chest. Come back to a slightly more neutral spine. Grab back of the legs. Shift back toward the sacrum. Take the feet and the thighs together and then lift your shins. Now you can flex your feet. You can point your toes or you can yogi your toes. Any of those are really good options. Just try to keep your feet and your inner thighs toward each other. Now, if your hips are really tight, you may not be able to draw the knees together, but try to draw the feet together. Get the inner thighs as close together as possible. Now, if you tend to round in this position, I want you to lift the chest to come back to a more neutral spine. If your head is too tilted forward, I also want you to lean slightly back. So think that your spine is one straight line and the gaze is slightly upwards. Holding here. Bending the knees, opening up the knees to the side, bend the knees deeper and grabbing the big toes, yogic toe lock. If you can fully extend your legs. If you cannot, try to extend the best you can, but keeping the knees slightly bent. Now this time you can separate your feet about hips width. Now keep the chest lifting, still looking up. Do the best you can to extend the legs out in a wide position. If you have full extension, even better. Now, to give your arms and shoulders a little bit more length with your toes, press your toes away. almost like you're coming into tippy toe position, right? And now lengthen your arms and activate your legs as well. So now you might even feel more activity into your core. Now, if you have your knees bent, you can still do the same, right? You can still press your toes away from you a little bit, and that'll give you better extension through your arms. Right? It's a very different sensation, and then it'll challenge your balance a little bit more. All right, take your legs back together. Extend the legs the best you can, and raise the arms up high. And you're still holding. Lower the legs about halfway, whatever halfway means for you. Lower the heels almost all the way down, and you're hovering. Take the arms up, broaden your chest, and lift. Lower the legs, arms up, and let's take it into the forward fold one more time. Inhale, take it back up, cross your shins, roll forward, walk your feet back to down dog, and pedal out the legs. All right, take it back to center. Step the left foot toward the center of the mat. Cross your right foot over, and you're on the outside of the right foot, and then press your weight back and let the hip release. And really flex your right foot and lift your toes and pull your toes back into flexion. And then press back. Stay on the left foot, bend your right knee to raise your right leg up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. As you stack the hips one over the other, your right knee is reaching upwards toward the sky, left hip and left heel is reaching downwards toward the floor. Raise your right leg back up, square off. Draw the right knee to the outside of the right arm and hold it here. 3, 2, and 1. Kick the right heel back up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Back heel comes down. Warrior 1. Square the hips forward. Line up the right knee over the right heel. Arms up high. Left hand to catch your right wrist. Extend up and side bending to the left. Keep the hand holding onto the left hand holding onto the right. And then open it up for the shape of Warrior 2 and reverse Warrior with your left hand. Pull against your right. Take it back to vertical, switch hand positions, extend up. Side angle, right hand pulling against your left wrist. Extending. Release, take back up, reverse warrior, and then hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank, lower all the way down to the belly. Walk your hands wider off your mat. Walk your hands forward about 1 handprint. Come to your fingertips and lift the palms away from the floor. Then lift the elbows up away from the floor. Engage your upper back by kissing your shoulder blades toward each other and press your fingertips down to lift up for baby cobra. So your upper back should be very active here. Lift the elbows up again. Engage your upper back. Come up a little higher. So now your belly and your ribs are away from the floor. Lift the elbows up. Engage your upper back. Lift up even higher, looking forward slightly. Coming into Bhujangasana, a cobra pose with a hand variation or arm variation. Begin to release. Take it all the way back down. Walk your hands back in alongside the rib cage, child's pose. Then keeping your forearms onto the floor, grab opposite elbows to line up your shoulders. Hands into a fist. Keep the left knee down, okay? Tucking your left toes under for additional support. On the inhale, kick the right heel back. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. Kick it back. Right knee in. Kick it back. Right knee in. Kick it back. Open up the hips, bend the right knee. Then release your right palm to the floor. Reach your left hand back and grab the foot. Kick back. Start to release. Take the right knee back down. Walk the hands back to center. Lift up, down, dog. Walk the right foot in towards center. Cross the left leg on front of your right. Stay with your left foot flexed and you're outside the left foot with your left toes pulled back, and then press into your hands and lean the weight back. So you should get a nice stretch to the outer left leg. Then bend your left knee. Raise your left leg up. Open up the hips, bend the left knee. Sideward scorpion. You're stacking your hips. Left knee is reaching up, right heel is reaching down. Then left knee to the outside the left arm and hold it here. 3, 2, and 1. Kick it back up, 3-legged dog. Step the left foot forward, back heel comes down. Warrior 1. Take the right hand to catch your left wrist, extend up and side bending to the right. Take it back to vertical, keep your arm positioning, open up to shape warrior 2, and reverse your warrior. Take it back to vertical, switch hand position, extend the right arm up, and side angle variation. With your left hand, pull strongly against your right. Get lengthy through that right side. Release, take it back up and reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot stepping back plank, and then lower all the way down to belly. Again, hands a little bit wider, hands slightly further forward, shift your fingertips and lift the elbows up, engage upper back, lift the upper chest into baby cobra. So the upper back should be very, very engaged and activated. Lift the elbows up. Engage your shoulder blades. Lift up a little higher. Lift the elbows up. Engage your shoulder blades. Lift up even higher. And holding it here, Bhujangasana. If you have full arm extension, take it, but I want you to keep squeezing your shoulder blades. And begin to release. Walk your hands back in, lungs on the rib cage. Take it back to your child's pose. Keep your forearms down. Lift up slightly so that you can grab opposite elbows to measure out. Take the hands into a fist, either interlacing or wrapping the other hand on top or the other thumb on top. Alright, keep the right knee down, tuck the right toes under. Inhale, kick your left heel back. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee. Kick it back again. Open up the hips, bend the left knee. Release your left palm down. Reach your right hand back behind you. Grab the foot and kick back. And begin to release. Lower the left knee back down, release your arms, lift the elbows, walk your hands forward, down dog. Take the left foot further to the right side of the mat. Right foot on front of the left leg, on the side of the foot. Flex your foot. And then active again. So again with the toes pointing back, pulling back, and then press back. Inhale. Kick the right leg up. Open up the hips, bend the right knee. Extend the right leg, flex your right foot, and reach your right heel over to the right side. Bend the right knee. Draw the knee in towards center. Right heel over to left side. Ground the back heel down. Fall in triangle. Left arm reaching up and overhead. Let's get a deeper left side stretch by lifting the hips, lifting the left ribs up toward the sky. As you lift the ribs toward the sky, point the left fingertips down. So arc that left side deeply. Reach through your left fingertips. All right, break. Left hand comes back down. Kick the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward. Readjust your left foot to step back in for warrior one. Right hand to catch your left wrist. Extend up, side bending to the right. Take it back up, bend your left elbow, right hand to left elbow, side bending to the right. Take it back up to center, open it up to shape warrior two. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle variation, keeping your arms. Keeping a triangle, extend the arms forward, wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, broaden your shoulders, reach your knuckles back. Release, take it up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back, lower all the way down to the belly. Walk your hands forward, forearms down, Sphinx pose. Press your belly and the ribs down. As you press your forearms down as well, lift the upper back. Draw the shoulders back. Gaze is slightly forward, reach through your toes back in space. So you're lengthening through the legs, but you're also pressing your forearms down to lift your chest to deepen your mid-back bend. If you want to intensify this, press the tops of the feet to the floor, lift the hips up, and then draw the hips slightly down. Lower back. For those of you who want to intensify that, press your hands down. Lift the elbows off the floor for Bhujangasana. Alright, let's break. Lower the elbows back down. Walk your hands back in. Child's pose. Lift back up. Walk it back to down dog. Okay. So this time, walk your right foot to the left side of the mat. Then recross your left leg over in front of your right foot and you're on the outside of the left foot. So you're flexing left foot, pulling your toes back, and then press back in space. So the outer left leg, outer left hip is getting an even deeper stretch. Then release, raise your left leg up. Flex your left foot, open out the heel to the left side, and reach. Then bend your left knee, kick it up first, sorry, three-legged dog. Then bend your left knee over to the left side for falling triangle. Right arm up and overhead. Now once you have that right side extension, think about deepening by lifting the hips higher. So activate your legs to help you lift. Then arc the right ribs toward the sky so that there's a lot more stretch and sensation to your right shoulder joint. And then tip the right fingertips down. So really arcing the right side deeply. Break. Right hand back down. Left leg up. So you're a little bit off to the left side, right? Step the left foot forward between your hands. Readjusting your right foot back in. Take it up to warrior one. Left hand, catch your right wrist. Pull up, extend, side bend to your left. Come back to center. Bend your right elbow. Left hand to right elbow. Again, side bending to your left. Take it back up to vertical. Keep arms open up to shaping warrior two. And then side bending, lengthening out the left leg. And then side bending into the front foot triangle. Extend the arms up, wrap the hands back behind you, but take the opposite thumb on top, broaden your shoulders, reach your knuckles back. Release, inhale, take it back up, reverse triangle, bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, lower all the way down to the belly. Forearms down. Press your belly and your ribs down. Reach your toes back. Press your forearms down. Lift your chest. Bending the elbows and take the thumbs to the chin. Interlace your fingers, maybe in Venus Mudra if you want. Pull the chin away and work here. If you want to intensify that, press the tops of the feet to the floor, lift the hips. And then draw the hips slightly down, but not all the way down. Keep pulling the chin forward. Release your hips, release your arms, walk your hands back in, child's pose. Take it back to down dog. Walk your feet in together. Roll arms to outside the left hand, left foot. Sorry, to the left hand to outside the left foot, right arm up. Side plank, right arm to face down to reach forward. Take the right arm up and behind you, half bind, roll the shoulder back, look up. Release. Back to plank, walk your feet in together. Roll on to the right hand and outside the right foot. Left arm up and to the front. Left arm up and behind you. Draw the left shoulder back and look up. Release. Take it back to plank. Down dog. Bend the knees. Walk or jump your feet forward between your hands. Feet together, knees together. Bend the knees. Rise up, chair. Stepping on the left foot, draw the right heel back. revolve dancer. It is your left hand to reach back to grab the inside of the right foot, right arm reaching forward. Lean forward as you kick back. Airplane warrior 3. Right arm reaching out to the side, right knee also adjusts to reach the right side. Take the torso a little bit lower to about parallel the floor, but the upper back is lifted. Release through the warrior 3 for seated spinal twist with or without the help of your hands. Left hand is behind you, right arm is up and twist to the left. Now this full variation of seated spinal twist is difficult for your hips. You can always modify with the right leg extended, left leg over. This will make the hips a lot more open to sit in this position with a vertical line, right? Vertical torso. Oftentimes, if the hips are really tight, and then you can end up rounding just to kind of like accommodate all of that. Or the left seat comes way upright, so we don't want that. We want both seats to be evenly grounding to the floor. So this is the adjustment you need to make to ground the seat with a vertical line with your torso, and that's what you need to do. One more breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, come to twist to the right. Back to center, half moon. Step the left foot forward. Reach the left hand forward, about a foot from your toes, a little bit off to the left side so you're in a diagonal. And then step right up to your half moon. If you want to bind, take your bind, right hand to right foot. Release your right leg, come back to your half moon. Take the right hand down, square off your hips. Transitioning into revolved half moon. So the right hand is out to the right side, about a foot. And then raise your left arm up to the sky to twist. So this is your revolved half moon. Now you can always use your right hand to block, right? Or even in your half moon, your left hand to block. Alright, now bending your right knee, grabbing the inside of the right foot with the left hand. Kick back so your hips are level to the floor. It is your thoracic spine, the mid spine, that gives you the twist to stack the left shoulder over your right. Release to step the right foot all the way back. Circle it up, warrior 2. Lengthen out the left leg, turn the left toes to the right side. So let's organize your feet. So your toes are a little bit closer than your heels. So you're slightly pigeon-toed. Not deeply, but just slightly. So that will give you a little bit better extension to the outer legs. You should be pretty symmetrical between your left and your right side. Hands to the hips, lift up and draw back for a slight back bend. Now for those of you who are then coming forward to a forward fold, if you're a little bit more flexible in your hamstrings and your lower back, and you can do it with straight legs, you can do it with straight legs. If you need to bend your knees to accommodate for tightness, go ahead and do that. Alright, come back to vertical. Alright, if you're bending your knees, start to bend your knees a little bit. Then hinging at the hips, draw forward. Everyone letting the hands touch down first. Then re-lengthen your spine. Keep that lengthiness of the spine. Hinge at the hips, draw forward a little bit more. Then if you have bent knees, lengthen out the legs some more. Re-lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, go even deeper. And if your hamstrings are really tight, you can always bend your knees. If you need props, right, you can always take your block. If you have a water bottle or book, you can do the same. Now, even if you have a blanket, right, you can still also take a blanket, fold it up a little bit, and that will give you some elevation and a little bit of help, right? So you can always use something if you need it. Otherwise, your hands are on the floor and you're just releasing forward. I'll give you 5 more breaths here. For those of you who are taking variations and you know what you're doing, you should be working through that already. You can take inversions here. You can take twisting. You can take other forward folding variations. Let's take the twist together. Right hand to the floor, to the center. Left arm up to twist. Switch sides, left hand down to center, right underneath the left shoulder, raise right arm up to twist. Take the right hand back to center. With both hands on the floor for support, bend at the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Shift your weight back toward your heels, lift through the head and the upper back, so you're now in a much straighter spine position. And then through the strength of the legs, come up and expand the arms. Turn the left toes back forward, come back to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back plank. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, chaturanga, push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees, inhale 1 breath, exhale, walk or jump your feet forward between your hands, feet together, knees together. Rise up, chair. Stepping on the right foot, draw the left heel back, revolve dancer. Right hand, grab the inside of the left foot, kick back as you reach forward. Airplane, warrior 3, left arm out to the side, open up the left knee to the side as well. Then lower the torso to about parallel the floor. But keep the upper back bend, you're still lifted through the upper back, looking slightly forward. Airplane, warrior 3. Then releasing your left foot, see this final twist, with or without the help of your hands, left knee behind the right heel, and gently take the seat down. Now, if you don't have the full pose, again, you're extending your left leg forward. This makes the hips a little bit more open to take this pose more easily. Alright, so right hand behind you, left arm is up, and twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, come to twist to the left. Back to center again, half moon. Step the right foot forward. Reach your right hand forward about a foot, look off to right side, and come right up to your half moon. You're stacking the left side over your right, flex your left foot strongly, raise your left arm up. Right, you can take the right hand to a block if you need to here. Right, the elevation will make the balance a lot easier, and also the flexibility a lot more accessible. If you're binding, bend your left knee, grab the outside of the foot, and kick back as your Chapasana. Release your left foot. Take the left hand down and you're squaring off your hips at this point. And then switch hands. Raise your right arm up to twist. And this you revolve half moon. So your left hand is forward about a foot, a little off to the left side from the right. Alright, bending your left knee, binding right hand to left foot, revolve Chapasana. Release your left foot, step the left foot all the way back, draw up and around, warrior 2. Lengthen out the right leg, turn the right toes to the left side. Let's organize your feet. Again, first you're looking for symmetry. Then your toes are slightly turned in, heels are just a little bit wider. Hands to the hips, lift the heart center up and draw back into back bend. Come up to vertical, bend the knees if you need to, or full extension of your legs, and then start to draw forward with your torso. The hands come down first for support. Once you have that, inhale, re-lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, draw forward. If you need to extend the legs a little bit more, extend a little bit more. Re-inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen into the fold. So again, those of you working with additional variations you like, go ahead and take your inversions, other arm balancing, other transitions that you like. Those of you working with me for a stretch this time, you're going to walk your hands over to the left side. Right hand to grab the left leg anywhere along the leg and pull toward that left leg. Now this is pretty easy for you, and you can add on. You can raise your left arm up behind you, half bind. As you pull in toward the left leg with your right hand, you're going to stack your shoulders, twist. And maybe you can look upwards toward the sky over your left shoulder as you fold toward the left leg. Alright, if you're taking the twist and the forward fold, switch sides. Walk it back to center, take it to the right side. Left hand to grab the right ankle, pull forward toward that right leg. Of course, again, you can stay here if this is good enough. Or, if you have the balance and the flexibility, right hand behind you. As you continue to pull toward the right leg, start to twist, draw the right shoulder back, look up toward the sky past your right shoulder. And begin to release. Everyone, take it back to center. Both hands are supporting. Bend at the knees, so the seat drop a little bit. When you start to think about lifting up, lift the back of the head and the upper back. Shift the weight back toward your heels. Continue to rise up through a straighter spine. Use the strength of the legs to come up. Expanding the arms. Turn the right toes forward, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back. Plank. Inhale one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Land the shin to the floor for your pigeon. You're on your top of the left shin in a pointed toe position. Your left knee, left thigh turns out to the side. 30 to 45 degrees to the left side. With your hands supporting, inch your right knee further back to lower your seat, untuck your toes. Walk your hands back even more to get into a straighter, more balanced line. If you did this measurement properly, you're pretty balanced toward the center. You're not going to need your hands for support. Once you have all that measured out, you can walk your hands forward, stay in your forearms. Make pillows in the hands and rest your forehead, or hang all the way down. You may continue to work here into a passive forward fold in your pigeon. Those of you who like additional variations like the mermaids or side bending, you can think about that. So, if you're taking variations, walk your hands back in. Right? So you can take a simple wrapping of the hands back behind you and lift up for back bend. Or you can keep your left hand down, bend your right knee, grab outside the right foot, kick back, to help you lean back a little bit with your torso. Maybe the left arm can start to reach forward and up. If you have other variations, for example, you can draw the right knee forward and take a leg cradle for a hip opener. I will take then also a half lotus, extend the left leg forward for a balance in Kranchasana. back toes and press it back to down dog and walk it out. Alright, so walking out, we'll get some circulation back to your legs. Alright, let's come back to stillness and your down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Take the right knee in toward the nose, land that shin to the floor. So again, you're in a pointed toe position on the top of the right shin. Your right knee, right thigh should angle out to the right side, 30 to 45 degrees. With your hands supporting, hinge your left knee further back to lower your seat, untuck the toes. Walk your hands back even more to lift the chest. And this is your test for if your balance and your setup is correct. Then, when you're ready, walk your hands forward, forearms down, or hands as pillows, and release. And for those of you staying here, keep it here. Those of you working with variations, start to play. Walk your hands back in. For those of you who wrap the hands back behind you, take the other thumb on top as you take a heart opener again. If you're taking a mermaid, right hand to the floor, bend your left knee, ground the outside of the foot. The key point is to kick back. When you kick back, it extends the arm and pulls your torso slightly back into a more vertical line, maybe even into a slight back bend. That's where then the balance starts to come in with your right arm forward and up. So that's your mermaid one. Those of you who took a variation, take the right seat down, swing the left leg forward. You have to center your seat a little bit, and then hit your leg cradle. Then for those of you who went a little bit further, like I did, I took a half lotus with the left foot, and then extending the right leg out for the half lotus on Chasana variation. Alright, we're beginning to break. Make your way back to pigeon and then start to make your way up. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee and press it back to the down dog and walk it out side to side. And take it forward to plank. Lower the knees down. Virasana. So, you're going to take the inner thighs together, face you this time. Inner thighs together and walk your feet wider. If you have the flexibility to sit all the way down, sit all the way down. If you don't, if you have a block or a blanket, go ahead and elevate and sit on that structure. Now your feet should be wider than your hips, right? So that you should be able to insert your hands past your hips to the floor, right? So between your hip and the heel on both sides, right? So this is your Virasana. Your inner thighs together, which means you're taking inner rotation with your thighs. Alright, so you're going to take the left hand, palm facing up, resting on front of your belly. Right hand, Gyana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching, other fingers are extended, and rest your hand on top of your Gyana Mudra, on top of your left hand like a lotus flower. Eyes are closed, shoulders drawn back. And we'll take a few breaths here and get into the resetting of the knee joints, the stretch of the quads, your shins, tops of the feet. Reconnect to a lengthened tall spine, but not too rigid. Reconnect to a broadening of your shoulders, but not too wide. So just a little bit of activity for lengthening and opening. And this pose is all about your knees and your quads, the shins, so basically the front of the legs. With your mind's eye, breathe into those parts that are a little bit more of a struggle and see if you can release that tension. release your hands. You can slowly come forward, so lean the torso forward, support with your hands, walk your hands forward as well. Then start to tuck the toes under, so stretching that and releasing that first. Then ground the palms and lift the knees, and you're in a very short down dog, that's okay. You're walking it out side to side, getting some circulation back. Alright, when you're ready, feeling pretty good, then start to walk your feet forward toward your hands and take the seat down. Extend the legs forward. Arms alongside as you slide the hands out, lower onto your back. Left arm stays out, left knee in, and twist to the right. Take back to center, switch legs, switch arms, twist to your left. Take it back to center again, hug both knees in. Then step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward, let the feet separate, toes turn out. Arms alongside the body, palms face up. Eyes are closed, let everything go, Shavasana, final relaxation. Begin to draw the breath back in. And start to move the fingers and the toes, reaching the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Even seat, lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale from. Hands together, pray. Bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my Venmo handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096. Classes are $10, and if you're having a difficult time, $5 is fine. Please share with your friends and let people know. And if you see anything on Facebook or Instagram that I've posted, please share and let people know. And word of mouth is also quite important, so let your friends know, and we'll build a great community. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Stay safe.